By the end of this video, you'll know how to design a layout that functions better, feels bigger, and can generate serious rental income without sacrificing comfort or style.
Let me show you exactly how I did it.
If I can make a legal basement apartment that generates $1,700 a month, you can too. Look, I was just there a year ago, had no idea what I was doing, felt super overwhelmed, but I know that you can do it. And I will teach you everything you need to know. Think of me as your DIY big sister, okay? We were really torn between making it one bedroom and a studio. We thought the one bedroom would bring in more money and it would be more desirable, but I could not make it work with layout because if I was going to do a one bedroom, I wanted it to be at least 10 by 10 or even 9 by 9. But even with that, there wasn't enough space for a living kitchen area. So the only way I was able to do it was make it into a studio.
And here's why that decision changed everything.
If you get the layout right in the beginning, everything else can fall into place. Okay? If you don't, you'll regret it later. But small spaces really make you think harder and work harder because every square foot counts. I was so intentional with how I laid this space out that I'm really proud of how it came out, and I think it makes it feel and look much bigger than it is. Okay, so you start with your non-negotiables.
I start every small space design with non-negotiables. For us, that was open flow, defined zones, and two means of egress. Once we made one big space, it was all about finding the right bed, kitchen, and living arrangements.
Like I was saying, is we were going between one bedroom and studio. We ended up with studio, and it's just one open layout, one big room, and then the side you'll see is where the kitchen, laundry, like half of the kitchen, the laundry, and the bathroom is. So this was essentially what we had to work with. There was kind of only one spot where the bed could go.
But sleeping next to a door feels creepy, so I found a $79 fix, the IKEA Kallax shelf, as a safety and privacy barrier. Now it feels like a real bedroom without closing off the space.
And then when it came to the kitchen layout,
I thought splitting the kitchen into two sections would ruin the flow, but it actually made the space feel bigger. Here's why it worked.
I was really happy that I could squeeze in a living area and like essentially half a kitchen, essentially an eat-in kitchen. So the cabinets and the fridge are up against the wall, and then you have a little table which bridges the gap between the kitchen and the living area. And then the living area has a TV, but it's on a swivel, and so it can swivel to where the bedroom, the bed can see it too. So you have the main entry door, and then there's a door at the back. So we have two means of egress, and that door in the back by the bed goes into our house upstairs. We have it locked on the inside. We can't get in, but they can get out should there be an emergency. But what I did was I have an IKEA Kallax shelf, and I've put it next to the bed, between the bed and the door, where there's still enough space to get through for safety reasons, but it creates almost a barrier so that you're not sleeping next to the door because that feels a little creepy to me. So I wanted to create like an illusion of a bedroom. And the way the couch is, I was specifically looking for a sectional like that so that it creates almost another separation to the living area, but there's still a path of travel. And then you go down, and then you have your kitchen, bath. I really am happy with how it's flowed. Here's what I sketched. I originally thought the kitchen would be on the other side of the wall, but I was really happy we were able to squeeze it right there in front of the washer and dryer. Ideally, I would love to have a vertical washer and dryer. That would have saved a ton of space, but the washer and dryer we have are really good condition, so we were like, whatever, it's fine. There is a storage unit. There's a storage room that this tenant has access to. Yeah, it was safe space by not doing an oven or a stove. We just have a toaster oven and an induction cooktop. And then we have a 7 cubic feet fridge, which is perfect for the space. And then we have a little 36-inch table, which seats two. And
I almost spent over $1,000 moving plumbing, but one design tweak saved that money instantly. Instead of putting the sink where I planned, I put it perpendicular to the original utility sink location. No new pipes under the floor, no extra costs.
so we had to break it into two sections, which I did not think was going to be a good idea, but it works so well. You don't have to have a full oven, especially if you are renting a small space and you're doing it like us, where we rent to working professionals who need it on midterm leases. They're not cooking full Thanksgiving dinners. They just need somewhere to sleep and to cook some quick food before they have to go back to work. So a toaster oven and a single burner induction cooktop that is portable, it plugs in and you put it away, has been perfect. No complaints. You don't have to do a full oven and cooktop. It's perfect. And so then our couch is the IKEA couch. And again, all of the furnishings in this video are linked in the description of this, but also there's a furnishing checklist I created, which has every single thing that I've bought or that I already had, but there's a link to where you could buy to purchase everything you need to furnish an apartment, because after like Googling, I never could find like a definition of furnished. So I kind of just did what I needed to do. And these are everything that I bought, everything that I put in the unit to call it furnished. So this list works for me. It'll work for you. There's also in the last page of that furnished checklist is the welcome kit, which is the piece of paper we leave for the tenants when they come in. And so I made that also from scratch, but I couldn't really find one. Feel free to use it and tweak it. It's editable with the link as well. Again, the app is called Magic app, and it's free. It's really cool. I love it. Here's an image of it. I'll put the link to download it. I've used it for a lot of rooms and I highly recommend it. We didn't have a closet for the basement, so you'll see I used off of Facebook Marketplace. I got an IKEA Pax wardrobe. We put it together. It's been great, and I reused a dresser from my daughter's room. The recessed lighting is key in basements because they can be pretty dark, but and also if the ceilings are lower, you don't want our ceilings are 7.5 feet, but any light fixture that hangs down is going to make them look shorter. But every square foot matters in a small space, but you can do it super efficiently and you can make it feel so much bigger. I've sketched so many versions. I originally thought I thought we were going to put a stove in, and I thought it was going to be where the washer and dryer is, but that's under the electrical box. So we couldn't do it there. So things are going to change. If you're not an architect, you don't really know what will work and what won't work until you get into it. It's just you have to be flexible along the way and keep going. But if you were planning it right now, I would say do it. You can make a ton of money. The rental market is strong, especially in Northern Virginia. If you find value, I hope you can give me a like, and if you want to subscribe, I would really appreciate that too. I don't regret doing a studio. It's so much more open. It's better. It's better than having a one bedroom. In the next video, we're going to talk about the furnishings and how to make it look nice on a budget. Please tune in. And again, if you could like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video.